Could there be places on Earth that are almost impossible to explore? The reality is that there are certain locales that defy the bounds of exploration in our world, brimming with adventure. Each spot not only challenges those daring to explore, but also hides unique ecosystems and geological wonders. So, what secrets do these remote areas hold? And why do they remain largely untouched by mankind? Well, let's find out. Number 1. Mount Everest. Rising majestically at the heart of the Great Himalayas, Mount Everest marks the celestial border between Nepal and China's Tibet Autonomous Region. Positioned at precisely 27 degrees 59 minutes north, 86 degrees 56 minutes east, this iconic giant isn't just another mountain. Standing tall at a staggering 8,849 meters, it reigns as the highest mountain in the world. How to reach? Interestingly, the journey to Everest is almost as legendary as the mountain itself. From Kathmandu, Nepal's vibrant heart, climbers catch a flight to Lukla. From Lukla, it's a 10-day trek. Yes, you heard that right. 10 days of trekking through breathtaking landscapes to Everest Base Camp, sitting proudly at more than 17,500 feet. Here, amidst the stark beauty of these towering peaks, climbers spend weeks during the spring months. It's not just waiting, it's strategic acclimation. They rest, they hike, they breathe in the thin air, preparing their bodies for the ultimate challenge. And then, as May arrives and the paths clear, the final ascent begins. 2. Mount Sidley, Antarctica. This one stands as a frosty sentinel above Antarctica's vast ice fields. This peak isn't just any mountain, it's the continent's highest volcano and a distinguished member of the volcanic Seven Summits. At over 14,000 feet, Sidley dominates as a massive shield volcano blanketed in snow, located within the Executive Committee Range in Mary Bird Land. How to reach? Reaching Mount Sidley is an expedition like no other. Your journey begins with a 5-hour flight from Punta Arenas, the gateway to Antarctica, to Union Glacier Camp. The challenges here are as immense as the views. At base camp, temperatures swing from a balmy 25 degrees Fahrenheit down to a bone-chilling -22 degrees Fahrenheit in the late season, with high winds and sudden storms frequently testing the resolve of even the most seasoned climbers. But for those who endure, the rewards are unparalleled. Pristine climbs up slopes of glistening blue ice and past surreal snow formations, sculpted by the fierce Antarctic elements into natural masterpieces. Gangkhar Puensum, Bhutan. Gangkhar Puensum stands as a majestic testament to nature's splendor, perched at 7,570 meters above sea level. Not just a towering peak, it is the 40th highest mountain in the world, and the highest unclimbed mountain globally, making it a beacon for adventurers and dreamers alike. Its name, which translates to White Peak of the Three Spiritual Brothers, hints at the profound cultural and spiritual significance. How to reach? Now, accessing Gangkhar Puensum is a journey filled with both challenge and charm. Bhutan's strict travel policies mean that individual explorations are off the table. Visitors must navigate this mystical land as part of a guided tour, with daily expenses running a steep $200 minimum. From the ancient city of Punakha, the path to Gangkhar Puensum stretches toward the sky. Travelers must trek from Gasa to Lunana, Bhutan's most secluded region. A grueling 8-day journey that tests the mettle of every trekker. Even reaching the vicinity of Gangkhar Puensum is considered a feat. The mountain's elusive nature means that even locals seldom glimpse it up close, leaving the slightly more accessible Jomolari to steal the limelight as a popular peak. For those daring to approach from Tibet, the challenge intensifies. The route from Lang Musangpu, Lozag County in Shannan, leads through nearly untouched wilderness, devoid of any facilities, emphasizing the mountain's status as an untouched, pristine peak. Number 4. Muchu Chish, Pakistan. It's located in the Batura Muztagh sub-range of the mighty Karakoram in Hunza Valley, Pakistan. Now, if you think climbing Everest is tough, imagine a mountain so challenging that no one has ever reached the top. That's Muchu Chish for you. Towering at a breathtaking 7,453 meters. Why is it so elusive, you ask? Well, Muchu Chish isn't just any mountain. It's one of the tallest unclimbed peaks on the planet. That's right, it's up for grabs and not restricted by any religious or political barriers. However, it's not exactly welcoming, with only a modest prominence of 263 meters above the nearest pass, making it a brutal climb from any direction. The colossal Batura Glacier guarded the north, making it nearly impossible. That leaves the South Ridge, where most daring souls have ventured. Fun fact, this ridge is connected to the peaks of Batura-Sis, where a Polish expedition made history in 1983 using fixed ropes to conquer it. Fast forward to 1999, a Spanish team got tantalizingly close, reaching 6,650 meters before the mountain said, "No further." Let's not forget the Czech climbers Pavel Kozinek and Pavel Bain, who braved the 2020 elements, but had to turn back due to the weather gods throwing a tantrum. They came back in 2021, only to be stopped by a blanket of snow so thick, you'd think the mountain itself was keeping secrets. Number 5. Gakkel Ridge. It's an underwater marvel stretching across the Arctic Ocean. This volcanic mountain chain, hidden beneath the ocean's surface, dwarfs even the majestic Alps with its deep valleys that plunge 5,500 meters below, and its peaks that rise 5,000 meters above the seabed. Spanning about 1,800 kilometers from north of Greenland to Siberia, Gakkel Ridge is the northernmost extension of the mid-ocean ridge system. This 75,000-kilometer-long volcanic chain is crucial in creating oceanic crust through erupting magma. How to reach. Now, venturing to Gakkel Ridge isn't just your typical travel experience. It requires joining a specialized scientific expedition. These expeditions, often organized by leading research institutions and supported by governmental or international scientific bodies, start from northern ports in Norway, Greenland, or Russia. Participants board icebreakers, vital for cutting through the Arctic's formidable sea ice, setting the stage for a journey into one of the planet's most remote locales. Number 6. Sahara Desert. Covering a staggering 9.2 million square kilometers across North Africa. The Sahara is an epic expanse that reaches from the Red Sea in the east all the way to the Atlantic Ocean in the west, and from the Mediterranean Sea down to the Sahel in the south. Picture vast dunes that tower up to 183 meters, nearly 600 feet high. And it's not just sand. The landscape is a dramatic mix of rocky plateaus and rugged mountains. Mount Kusi in the Tibesti Mountains of Chad is the highest of these peaks, which looms at an impressive 3,415 meters. On the flip side, the lowest point dips down to 133 meters below sea level in Egypt's Qattara Depression. How to reach. For those seeking to experience the Sahara's breathtaking landscapes, several getaway cities and countries serve as convenient starting points. Morocco, Egypt, and Tunisia are popular entryways offering tourist infrastructure and direct access to the desert's wonders. No matter the starting point, traveling to the Sahara Desert is an adventure that requires preparation. Visitors should consider the best times to visit, typically between October and April when temperatures are more moderate. Number 7. Mauna Kea, Hawaii. Now, this is not just a mountain, it's a titan among giants, standing as the tallest peak on Earth when you consider its underwater base, soaring a staggering 10,000 meters above the ocean floor. Mauna Kea is a dormant volcano located on the Big Island that presents extreme trekking challenges. With an elevation reaching 4,207 meters, this colossal mountain is often considered the tallest in the world from base to peak. How to reach. To reach the summit of Mauna Kea, adventurers need more than just determination. They need a four-wheel drive vehicle capable of handling rugged terrain. The journey begins in Hilo, from where you head west on Saddle Road. After about 45 minutes, you'll arrive at the Visitor Information Station, located at 2,790 meters. It's essential to pause here for 30 minutes to an hour to acclimatize to the altitude. This stop helps mitigate the risks associated with rapid elevation gain, which can lead to altitude sickness. Beyond the Visitor Information Station, the road becomes unpaved and steep, challenging even the most robust vehicles. For those preferring to ascend on foot, the Mauna Kea Summit Trail beckons. This 6-mile trail from the Visitor Information Station to the summit and back is not for the faint of heart. Climbers face a daunting elevation gain of 1,372 meters over rough terrain. The hike typically requires 7 to 8 hours to complete the round trip and should be started early in the day to ensure a safe return before nightfall. Number 8. Pitcairn. Next, let's venture deep into the southern Pacific Ocean, to the Pitcairn Islands. Of the 4 islands in this British overseas territory, Pitcairn Island stands out as the only uninhabited one, a remote and seemingly inaccessible speck on the map that offers a true escape from the modern world. Pitcairn Island stretches across about 47 square kilometers and reaches up to 330 meters above sea level at its highest point. With around 47 permanent residents, it ranks among the least populated jurisdictions globally. How to reach. The journey to Pitcairn is as challenging as it is enticing. The absence of airstrips compounds the island's isolation. Its terrain and environmental protections make air travel impossible. The largest flat area on Pitcairn would only allow for a very short runway. While Henderson Island is flatter, it is a UNESCO-listed bird sanctuary and unsuitable for development. Travelers must first reach Mangareva in the Gambier Islands, which hosts the nearest airport, situated 330 miles away. From there, access to Pitcairn is possible via the MV Silver Supporter, a dedicated passenger and shipping vessel that makes the journey to Pitcairn every few weeks. This vessel is vital for residents and visitors, providing the only regular link to the outside world. Number 9. Ulakhan-Sis, Northern Russia. Situated in the Sakha Republic, within the Far Eastern Federal District, Ulakhan-Sis stretches a sweeping 160 kilometers from the Indigirka River, peaking at a modest 754 meters. While it may not tower into the clouds like some other entries on our list, its expansive spread and rugged terrain make it a significant landmark in the region. This mountain range is renowned for its striking granite formations, echoing the dramatic landscapes of the Manpupunir Plateau in the northern Urals. How to reach. Reaching Ulakhan-Sis is an expedition that immerses you in the raw and remote wilderness of far eastern Russia. The journey typically begins with a river crossing. Adventurers can board a motorboat or a tourist boat on the Indigirka River, traveling 230 kilometers downstream from Balaya Gora or 200 kilometers upstream from Chokurdak. From the riverbank, a trek of about 15 kilometers brings you to the first granite outcrops, marking the beginning of the Ulakhan-Sis's geographical wonders. However, the heart of the mountain range lies even further, about 30 kilometers from the river. This trek portion can take 2 to 3 days, demanding resilience and preparation from those undertaking it. Number 10. The Nuclear Square Mile, Mexico. Located in the Chihuahuan Desert, this area was once the site of intensive nuclear testing. Today, it draws interest not only because of its history, but also because of the ongoing environmental restoration efforts. Visiting the Nuclear Square Mile is a journey into a part of history that many are unaware of. The area is marked by signs of past nuclear tests, including craters and remnants of old testing structures. However, it's not just about the past. It's also about the future. Efforts to clean up and rehabilitate the region are in place, aiming to restore the natural desert landscape and ensure safety. The site is tightly regulated due to its sensitive nature. Visitors usually need special permissions to enter, and there are strict guidelines to ensure safety and minimize impact on the ongoing environmental recovery. Now, as adventurers continue to push the boundaries of the possible, one wonders what drives the human spirit to explore such formidable places. Are we still seeking the thrill of the unknown? Or are we on a quest for deeper connections with the planet we call home? What do you think compels us to explore the edges of the map? Drop your thoughts in the comments. In the meantime, you can also leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.